right? One more thing before I start, before I go with 2012, these days, guys, I wasn't able to reply to a lot of messages that came on WhatsApp. There were questions about the mock exam series. So let me just take you 2 minutes just to tell you how the mock exam series works. If anyone wants to, you all can pay and register and join. Okay. So this is what we are going to do, right? Now, in the mock exam series, right? For those who are in the fast track, you all might have some idea about what's going to happen. So this is what's going to happen. So we are going to start a mock exam series next week, right? We are going to start one next week. So I want all of you all to study and take this seriously. Okay. So the plan is now next week means start of September. We have 3 months to go. So given that we have 3 months to go, we are going to do what? We are going to quickly do for 3 months, that is ideally 12 weeks. We are planning to do 24 papers. Ideally, I do 12 mock exams. But along with the 12 mock exams, in addition to that, we focus on the past papers also. Now, not unit-wise past papers, full past papers. Okay. So we do 24 papers, right? 24 papers. That is 12 overall mock exams. So those are papers that I have made. So these papers are usually a little harder than the A-level paper. And you also will be doing 12 past papers, full papers now. So what does that mean? 24 papers in 12 weeks means per week we have to do 2 papers. So you will have timelines, guys. Now, I am looking at around 100 to 110 registration. That's the amount of tudes that I printed. I think I printed a little bit more also, only 120 or something, but that's the maximum. So how it would work is, once you all pay and register, you all will be put into the main group. And also, guys, there will be a group coordinator. Probably one of my previous students who kind of has done really well in A-levels, got an island rank or something, right? I will be allocating them, right? I have not finalized the people. So you all will be divided into small groups as well. So each group will, I have not decided a number. Last time I actually had around 4 groups. Okay. So you all have deadlines, guys. Now you can't do the paper whenever you want. So papers will be printed and sent to your doorstep, not the past papers, the mock exams. So in a file, you will get the paper 1, paper 2, and the answer. Now don't look at the answers and copy. You keep the answers with you to refer later. Paper 1, paper 2, and the answers. So every month 4 papers will come. So for 3 months, you'll get the 12 papers. Now the classes happen on Tuesday. On Tuesday, 7 to 10 p.m., we will be discussing paper 1 in the mock exam. Yes, past paper is the local one. In that's not the main focus. The mock exams are the focus, right? On Tuesday, we'll be discussing paper 1. So that means this next Tuesday, we are going to discuss paper 1 of mock exam 1. Then on Thursday, we will discuss 7 to 10 p.m. again. We will discuss paper 2. On Saturday, right, we will discuss ideally, right, maybe on Saturday or maybe on Sunday, because I don't print all the papers together, so you can't get all of it together because I don't have it printed. Okay, so on Saturday or maybe on Sunday morning, right, we will have a doubt clearing session, and we will also clarify any of the past papers doubts. That week you have a past paper due also. So maybe in week number 1, we will be doing overall mock exam number 1, and also let's say the 2011 paper. So 1 past paper, 1 full overall mock. Now to do this, guys, y'all will be getting deadlines. So Tuesday, if the discussion is at 7 p.m., by 6 p.m., you have to submit your answers. Thursday, if the deadline is at 7 p.m., your paper 2 answers you have to submit by 6 p.m. Only if you submit it by that time, the papers will be marked and given. So papers will be marked within a week. So if you submit it today on Thursday, before you submit the mock exam 2 answers next Thursday, your marks will be given so that you can look at your paper, see where you went wrong, you will get the feedback, you will come for the discussion, and then you can improve. So it keeps on going like that. Same with the past paper. The past paper also, you can write answers and give. We will mark it and give it for you. So all the papers will be marked and given with feedback where you are going wrong, what can you do, which areas you should focus on. So that's how it goes. So every past paper also, ideally the deadline will be Saturday night or something like that. So that means every week we are going to focus on 2 papers, and every week once we do 2 papers, by the end of 12 weeks when we do 24 papers, I'll tell you guys, everything will be covered. Your A is guaranteed. No, you all don't have to courier the answer scripts, guys. You all can scan it into a PDF and send. We will mark it. We have the PDF writer. So with our this thing, I have the Apple Pencil also, right? We will mark it with that, and we will give it to you. So all the paper 2s are marked, including past papers and overall this thing. MCQs automatically will be marked through the Google form, and then I'll be monitoring your marks also in a Excel, seeing how many of you all do it and how many of you all do well. And for anyone who submits all the 8 papers, now for a week there are 2 papers, for a month there are 8 papers. If you submit all 8 papers in that month on time before the deadline, you will get a discount from the next month's class. Okay, that's a deal for you to submit. Okay, so paper 1, paper 2, everything is happening. So paper 1s we will discuss on Tuesday, paper 2s we will discuss on Thursday, and then on Saturday or Sunday, doubt clearing, we will go through the past paper, anything that we have, we will discuss those as well. That's how it will go. The printed papers will be couriered to your doorstep. The class fees, guys, all inclusive, is a rupees 4,000. So 4,000 will be for 12 classes a month, plus the whole file with all the papers, paper 1, paper 2 answers, right? The whole file. And also all the classes are recorded and given on our website. So that means even if the discussion times are clashing with another class, you can always within 24 hours or at least within 2 days, I'll upload the recording on the website. You can log in and you can watch. Recording will be there until A-level. So it doesn't expire in 2 or 3 days. You can even watch it 100 times until A-levels. I don't think you have time to watch it 100 times, but you can keep on watching, no problem at all. As long as you don't share the account, your account will not be blocked. So that is how the mock exam series works. Right now, I am telling this because, guys, I know most of you all, by now, you know your theory. Even though you all know your theory, you don't know how to put it into an answer. You can't write, you can't sit in, you don't know how to sit in one place and time a paper and do, right? You don't, you can't, write a proper answer. You know everything, but, when you come to put it to words, you can't. So the only way of getting out of it is actually by writing. There is no way to improve your answer writing by not writing. So if you can do these 24 papers at a stretch, so imagine every week you're doing 2 papers, 2 full papers, 50 MCQs, 10 essay question papers, these are. So every week you do 2, 2, 2. Now I'll tell you, your target has to be at least minimum. First paper start with around 50 marks. You start with around 50 marks in the first paper. Every paper, try to improve at least around 3 marks, not much. So once you do that paper, once you come to the discussion, right, learn where the things where you went wrong, right, your papers will be marked and given, see what is the feedback given, try to improve on those. So every paper, even if you can start with 50 marks in the first paper, every paper, right, even if you can start lower, that's okay. Every paper, if you can at least improve 3 or 4 marks, I'm not saying every paper go 10, 15 marks more. So how to improve? You have to learn from your mistake. You can't just do the paper and then look up and wait and expect to improve the next paper. Because when you do the paper, you come to the discussion, see where you went wrong. This is what I can do. This is how I can improve. So every paper, if you keep on improving, by the end of the 12 mock exams and 12 past papers also, just we'll talk about the mock exams. So see, every paper, right? Second paper, you come to 53. Third paper, 56. Likewise, when you do around 12 papers and come, you can easily get to that A, right? And these mock exams are way harder than the A-level paper, right? Now, I'll tell you the good news. Now my current results will also come, right? We'll see. I think very soon 2022 batches results will come. I'll talk about my 2021 batch. For these people also, I did a mock exam series. So these people, right, I remember the people who had around, by the end of around 10 mock exams, people who had around close to around 90 marks in my mock. Now, my mock exams are harder than the A-level paper. Okay. Someone who had around, let's say they started with around 70, I remember. Okay. And then by the end, they had around 70, 85 to 90 marks. These people, they got their island ranks, right? Top 50 in the island, district first, district second. Those were the people. So if you can also, I'm telling you this for you also to have an idea. By the end of the mock exam series, if you can also come to a level of 85, 90, you're well in line for island rank, given that you do your other two subjects also properly. Right? Only econ is not going to give you the island rank. So given that you can do the other two properly, I will guarantee you, you can do really, really well. Yes, guys, this 3 months is more than enough to get the A, but you can't be 0 and getting A will be a little hard. Okay. Okay. So what you will have to do is, you will at least have to be, the first set of papers I'm planning to courier it on Friday, this Friday. So today is Wednesday. I'm planning to courier it on Friday. Most likely the printing people told me that they'll give it on Friday. So just as I get it, for all those who have paid the fees and registered, I will courier the set of papers. I only have a limited amount of papers, guys. Once that is filled, I'm not, it will not be, you will not be able to come, because no point, without the papers you can't join the class. And also there will be a limit, so that I can limit you all to groups, and because I will have to mark the papers. Marking the papers, imagine marking around 50, 60 papers every week is not easy. Right? So not 50, 60. Now I said 50, 60 because if there is around 80, 90, not everyone will write. There are some fellows, Pandita fellows, they pay the fees, but they don't write the answers. I don't know why they do that. But I'll tell you this, if you submit all 8 papers on time before the deadline, you will get a discount from your next month's fee. So on one side, it's a loss for me, but at least, that was that's a little bit of motivation for you to remove your financial burden. Okay, what the discount is, how much it is, I'll decide on how many number of students finish it at the end of 1 month. Right? That's your incentive, because if everyone finishes, maybe the discount might be a little low, because otherwise I'll go on a loss. Because for me to print the papers itself, guys, it cost me more than 1,000. Right? You all will get a nice file every month. Right? Inside the file, all the papers are there, and recordings are also there. That's how the whole program works. So you can pass the message to your friends. I'll share the flyer again if you all want. It was there on the past paper class group, but I'll share the flyer again if you all want to, so you can get an idea. Any questions, guys? Now, these are all questions I had on my chat box that I did reply to. So if there is a message, I will just open it and I will ignore it, so that if I have discussed it today. Important lessons to focus for the mock exam test. If you have not fully studied yet, now some of you all mock exam karanne kohomada if you have not finished the syllabus. So if you have not finished the syllabus, at least if you can do unit number 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. This is another thing, right? Now, for those who are weak, focus on unit 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 1, introduction to econ. 2, demand supply. 3, government intervention. 7, money and banking. 8, public economy, fiscal policy, and that. These 5 units, guys, right? Now, some of you all already know this. No? With these 5 units, what can you do? With these 5 units, you can do the entire paper 2. So in paper 2, part A, right? Part A, you can do question number 1, 2, 3. Question number 1, 2, 3 is from unit number 1, 2, 3. In part B, right? In paper 2, part B, you can do question number 7 and 8. Question number 7 and 8 is from, sorry, not 7 and 8. Question number 6 and 7 is from unit number 7 and 8. So you can do the entire paper 2 from these 5 units. So entire paper 2 means 100 marks. Then for paper 1, from these units, right? For paper 1, from these 5 units, you get around 22 to 24 MCQs. Okay, 22 to 24 MCQs. So 22 to 24 MCQs kiyanne how many marks? Around 44 to 48 marks. Right? These are the people who are weak, right? Okay, people who are weak. So Yes, chapter 7 and 8, guys. Chapter 7 and 8 is question 6 and 7. This is the chapter, this is the question. Huh? This is the question. Okay. So then just think, guys, 100 marks in paper 2, around 48 marks in paper 1, or let's say 44 will. Okay. So you get 144 to 148 marks out of the 200 mark paper just from unit 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So for those who have not completed studying yet, focus on those 5 units first. And then once you're done with that, go through the other units, at least for MCQ. The ones who were there in my fast track, who were there in the theory, were there in the revision, right? I think you all can do something more than that, but this is something for someone who is a little bit weak. Okay, focus on mainly these 5 units and keep on writing, guys. Writing. The more you all write, and I'll tell you guys, even if you all have not finished studying 100%, that's okay. Get started with mock exams and start writing, because otherwise you will be too late. You know what happens? You all be like, I will finish studying and then I will do question. That finish studying never happens, right? You will finish studying 1 week before the A-level paper, maybe 1 week before the A-level paper. Now there is no time to do question, because I'll tell you guys, you will never be 100% ready for A-level. Okay, no matter how much papers we do, how much we do, right? If the A-level paper is tomorrow, if I ask you, it will be good, no, if we can push it 1 more day, it will be, yes, sir, it's good, sir, then I can study more. So that is the normal mentality, guys. Everyone is like that. Even the Island first who is there, right, is like that. Everyone would like it, day before A-levels, will always see, wait, if I had a little bit more time, if I had 1 more day, I could have done this, right? So you're never going to be 100% ready. So don't wait until that to start writing answers. Some of you all will be like, I will finish studying everything. Right now, I'm in unit number 8. No, I will study 9, 10, 11, 12 also. Then I will start doing papers. That never happened. So while getting it done, you will have to go on, because you don't have to get 100 out of 100. To get an A, you have to get 150 out of 200. To get, let's say, a 90, it's 180 out of 200. Yeah. So make sure that you get things done, right? Not very personal though, but yeah, that's what I was saying. Same thing with the other subjects also, guys. But now with 3 months to go, it's high time that you start practicing answer writing, right? So maybe join any other teachers' mock exams or whatever. You have to get right answers. You have to get those marked. You have to learn from those, because if you're not doing that now, you're running a little too late. So whether you have finished studying or not, at least if you have an idea about these 5 units, or at least around 4 of these units, you can still get it covered. Okay, right. Any other questions? Quick, because I might not have the time to reply to all the WhatsApp messages that is there. For a day, I get more than around 150 WhatsApp messages, 150 conversations. So replying takes a lot of time. Okay, now I try to clear it early in the morning, not celebrity. It's actually becoming a nuisance now. I'm trying to hire some person to reply to my messages. But the problem is that my personal number and my number I use for classes is the same. So if I hire some person to reply to my messages, that fellow can read my personal messages. So that's the problem, right? So that's why I have not hired someone yet. So I'm looking at maybe at least changing numbers with time to come. We'll see. Okay. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8 is enough to write paper 2. In paper 2, how many marks? How many marks are we need to take for a question? So it depends, guys. So if you want an A from the 5 questions that you do, even if you can get 15 marks each per question, you can still get your 75, right? 5 questions, 15 marks. Getting 15 marks is not hard, guys. Now, because unit number 1, 2, and 3 is easy. No? Now we have done those past papers. No? For unit number 1, 2, and 3, out of 20, you can at least get 17 marks. 17, 18 marks you can get. So 17 marks means what? Yes, even 1, 2, 3, or even without unit number 3, you can do 1 to 4 also. I said 1, 2, 3 because 3 is connected to 2. So if you know 2, you can easily do 3 also. So 1, 2, 4, anything is fine. No, 4 is not that hard. 4 is a lot of theory though. Okay. So there is no least amount of MCQs or marks to get the A. So you need to get total 150. So this 150 has to somehow come from your paper 1 and paper 2 with it. Like equally got for paper 2, if you're trying to get 75, then each question you have to get 15. Right? You have to get 15 per question. then into 5 questions, 75. Then MCQs, if you're trying to get 75, you would at least get around 38 MCQs correct. But so if you're good at paper 2 and you get 80 for paper 2, then even if you can get 70 for paper 1, balance. Or let's say you get 40 for paper 1 and you can balance it out. That depends on how you do it. Will the calculations be too hard? It won't be, guys. Now you all will realize once we do the mock exam series, when we do the mock exams, when you do a mock exam and when you do a past paper, you will see how easy the past paper is. Okay. Recordings of these classes, guys, we have not yet started the class, so we have not yet given access or anything. We have not even opened the group yet. I'll little by little start replying to your messages and open a group and add you. Okay. Any other questions quickly? No. Fine. Okay, so if you have any issues, problems, guys, just drop a text on WhatsApp. Whenever I have some time, I'll reply. Okay. Right. So that is all the questions I had on WhatsApp. Done. That's about the whole mock exam series. You can pass the message, guys. But once the slots are filled, the registrations will be open. Right. I'll end this recording.